Hey, and welcome to Cincinnati, Ohio Living. Today, we're going to take a look at Mason in a little bit more depth and jump into the map. So let's go. I'm Angela Evans with Cincinnati, Ohio Living. And if you're thinking about making a move here in the Queen City, go ahead and use my contact information in the description box below. I would love to help you make a move here in Cincinnati. So let's go ahead and get started. According to niche.com, Mason is the number 3 best place to live in Cincinnati. It's the number 8 best place to live in all of Ohio. According to Mason's website, Warren County is Ohio's largest playground, with Mason as its anchor. If you haven't already seen my vlog tours of the Mason area, go ahead and check those out. I will link to those in the description below. So Mason is located in the southwestern corner of Warren County. Just for some context, downtown Cincinnati is located in Hamilton County. That is the southwesternmost county in Ohio. And then just northeast of that is Warren County. And then Mason sits in the southwestern corner of Warren County. So right around here. So Mason's just over 19 square miles and has a population of almost 35,000 people. Mason sits about 25 miles northeast of downtown Cincinnati, which is about a 35-minute commute, give or take, depending on the traffic and the time of day. So Mason is surrounded by a lot of really popular areas. You have Deerfield Township, which is basically right here, just south of Mason. And then you have Loveland a little further south. You have Mainville over here to the east, South Lebanon, and a little further north you have Lebanon. Then you have Monroe to the northwest and Four Bridges right to your west. That's a very popular place. You have Beckett Ridge and Westchester over here to the west, and then you're not too far from Sharonville down here to the southwest. So niche.com gives Mason an A+ overall grade and has it listed as the number 1 best place to live in all of Warren County. The median home value is about $375,000. And the median rent right now is close to $1,700. About 78% of residents own their own home here in Mason. The median household income is about $121,000 a year. The national average is about $75,000 a year. Mason is located pretty centrally to 3 major international airports. So you have the Dayton Airport, which is about 45 minutes just north of Mason. You have the Cincinnati, Northern Kentucky Airport, which is a little bit further than that, about 50 minutes southwest of Mason. And then a little further northeast, you have the Columbus Airport. So while that's about an hour and 15 minutes away, it is another option for you. And really, it's only an extra 15 minutes or so than the Cincinnati, Northern Kentucky, and Dayton Airport. So one fun thing going on for Mason right now is there is a Mason alumni that is actually in the 2024 Olympic Games, and Carson Foster was a bronze and silver medalist at the 2024 Games. So that's something really exciting, and I'm sure tons of people in the area are celebrating. So according to their website, Mason has so many attractions: the Grizzly Golf and Social Lodge, the Aquatic Center, Great Wolf Lodge, Kings Island, the Lindner Family Tennis Center that hosts the Cincinnati Open, and so many more. They also have Red Rhythm and Boom event, which are the fireworks on the 4th of July. They have some festivals and parades and Christmas and Mason activities. I think you can usually expect to see quite a show of Christmas lights. So Mason was initially a small farming town prior to about 1970. I always like to look at this population density map. I think it's super interesting. It just gives a good visual for, the population. So you can see Warren County right here, just north of, northeast of downtown Cincinnati. And you have Mason. Oopsie daisies, went the wrong way. So you have Deerfield Township right below it. But the population density in Mason ranges from about 1,500 people per square mile to about 2,500 people per square mile. So not quite as dense as some other areas as you get closer to downtown Cincinnati, but not quite as rural. You can see there's definitely still more rural areas very close in Warren County, up here in Turtle Creek Township and Hamilton Township and stuff, and over towards Claremont County. But right in the Mason, Deerfield Township area and Liberty Township, you're looking at the population density from about 1,500 to 2,500 people per square mile. Up here in the very northern part, you do have a little bit lower population density, about 521 per square mile. But that's at the very, it looks like it's at the very northeastern edge of Mason. So as you can see, Mason sits right along Interstate 71, and to the west a little bit is Interstate 75. And then just a little south of Mason, you have your Interstate 275, which, Greater Cincinnati is within the 275 loop. Mason is served by the Mason City School District, which, according to niche.com, Mason Public Schools receive an A+ rating, and they're ranked number 7 in Cincinnati for public schools and number 8 in Ohio. According to their website, there are 10,000 students across 5 schools. Their marching band is top 10 in the nation. Fun fact, George Clooney actually attended Western Row Elementary in the Mason City School District. This says he tried out to be a Reds player in 1977, but that he's a fan of the Cincinnati Bengals and Cincinnati Reds. And as I just mentioned, an alumni of Mason is a medalist in the 2024 Olympics. Mason has award-winning STEAM labs in grades K through 8, therapy dogs at every school, 27 AP courses, and they offer things like American Sign Language, Mandarin, and coding. They also have a state championship ultimate frisbee team. So in and around Mason, you do have some private school options. You have Royalmont Academy, the Goddard School of Mason, and not too far from Mason, you have other private schools like Moeller High School and Ursuline Academy, the Cincinnati Country Day School, which is in Indian Hill, the Seven Hills School, and the Summit Country Day School. There's also the Schilling School for Gifted Children, which is just north of the 275 loop. So on niche.com, other than 2 online academies, William Mason High School is the largest public high school in all of Ohio. It has a student-teacher ratio of about 24-1. Did you know you could jump on a Zoom call just like this and we can chat about what you're looking for in a home? So if you have a crazy hectic schedule, I have availability ranging at different times in the evenings and on weekends. And actually there's a link below in the description box where you can just go ahead and check my Zoom calendar and go ahead and book a call right now. So one of the biggest attractions and main draws in Mason is the amusement park. Kings Island's located right here along Interstate 71, and they have Soak City, which is the water park portion of Kings Island. Great Wolf Lodge is right on the other side of it, as you can see here, and that's an indoor water park and hotel. And just across 71 here is the Lindner Family Tennis Center, which is the host to one of the country's largest tennis tournaments, the Cincinnati Open. So in addition to those huge attractions, there's tons of golf courses. I mentioned some of them in my Mason vlog. So Mason golf courses include the Heritage Club, the Grizzly Golf and Social Lodge. Four Bridges Country Club is very nearby, just outside of Mason. Same with Greencrest Golf Club, TPC Rivers Bend, which is in Mainville, Wetherington Golf and Country Club in Westchester. Sharon Woods Golf Course is a public course that's a little south of Mason. You also have Woodlands Lakeside at Shaker Run Golf Club, that's in Lebanon, so not far. You have Warren County Armco Park Golf Course, which is a public course as well. Beckett Ridge Country Club, and Harmon Golf Club. You have 7 city parks that cover over 300 acres. And you have Meadows Park, which is down here by St. Susanna. You have Pine Hill Lakes Park, which is right here. Actually, I did a little talking at this park during my Mason Part 1 vlog. Sundon Fields at Heritage Oak Park is a large city park that has some sports facilities as well. And it's Mason's largest park. And it has some paved trails as well. And then you have the Thomas P. Quinn Park, which is down here close to the intersection of Butler Warren Road and Western Row Road. And that just has a playground and some sports facilities like tennis and basketball courts. You have Corwin M. Nixon Park, which is a preserve with fishing and boating and a playground. It's an 82-acre preserve. And they also have an arboretum and some nature trails. You also have Frank Jose Woods Park, which is up closer to the Heritage Club and Four Bridges Club area. Then you have Makino Park right here, Nation. You have Mason Sports Park, which is up here on the northeastern side of Mason. So you also have the Lindner Family Tennis Center, which is one of the largest tennis centers in the world. And they host the Cincinnati Open, which is actually coming up here in just at the time of this video. So the Cincinnati Open dates back to 1899. Annually, it welcomes nearly 200,000 fans, according to their website. People come from all 50 states and more than 39 countries. That's pretty impressive. Since 1974, the tournament has contributed more than $12 million to various beneficiaries, including Cincinnati Children's Hospital Medical Center, the UC Health Cancer Center, and Tennis for City Youth. It's held annually at the Lindner Family Tennis Center in Mason. The Cincinnati Open is the nation's longest-running professional tennis tournament played in its city of origin. That's pretty cool. It was first played at the current site of Xavier University, and it has been a fixture in the Queen City for more than a century. That kind of just gave me the chills. The champions list reads like a who's who of tennis greats. That's pretty cool. So in Mason, there's a strong presence of some major companies. Over 500 businesses operate in Mason's 19 square miles. Mason has 24 commerce parks, and more than 90 corporations are headquartered or have their manufacturing operations located in Mason. A few of which are P&G, which is a Fortune 500 company, Luxottica, Cintas, which is also a Fortune 500 company, and Mitsubishi Electronics. P&G opened more recently their Mason Business Center, which is the worldwide headquarters for its oral care, personal health care, and pet care businesses. According to the Mason website, 5 regional shopping centers are within 20 minutes of Mason, Ohio. The Mason Community Center is one of the largest public recreation facilities in the state. Mason is more than you imagine. So because you are located just off of 71 here, there's going to be plenty of restaurant options, from fast food to sit down, nice fine dining. So a lot of these here, these are all within Kings Island, but there are definitely some other things. Down here a little further south near Socialsville Foster Road, you have a gathering of restaurants. And then you also, obviously right here off your exit on the highway, you have a cluster of more restaurants as well, mostly chains, Waffle House, Buffalo Wings and Rings, Skyline, there's the Skyline, Wendy's, you have a Mexican restaurant, you have Ironwood Grill and Tap, another restaurant, Mexican restaurant over here, you have the Old Bag of Nails Pub, you have an Outback, so all kinds of things there. There's a restaurant at the Grizzly. A little further down you have Penn Station, so there is definitely plenty of options. You have a brewing company down here closer to the P&G Mason Business Center. You have Sonder Brewing, you have Mission Barbecue, you have Korean Barbecue, Condado's Tacos, Half Day Cafe, Firebird's Wood Fire Grill. You have a Whole Foods. This is right down here by Deerfield Town Center. So all of this is near Deerfield Town Center there, which is technically just outside of Mason, but a lot of times people kind of consider them the same thing because they're literally right around each other. And then with there being so many businesses out here, especially some of the larger ones like P&G and Luxottica, there are going to be plenty of hotels around in this area. So making, travel and such very easy. Okay, so now we're going to take a look at the part that you really want to know about, which is the housing in Mason. So currently, at the time of this video, there are 69 properties for sale. Those range from about $280,000 to $2 million. More than half of these homes are already under contract, and several of the other ones that are still available are some of the new construction homes. Since the beginning of this year, there have been 158 properties that have sold in Mason, ranging from $200,000 up to $2.4 million. The median selling price was $591,500, so that puts you right at about $194 per square foot. The median days on market was just 2. Looks like the average square feet for a home in Mason is about 3,000. So of those homes that have sold, 90% of them were sold with less than 30 days. And my guess is that was actually, the average was 10 days. But I like to look at the median, which is 2, because I feel like that gives you a better representation of how quickly things are actually selling here in the Cincinnati market. And keep in mind, these are for single family homes. This home here is located in the estates of Heritage Club, has over 8,000 square feet of living space on an acre and a half, and overlooks the golf course view of the 8th fairway. And this one is the highest priced home that has sold since the beginning of the year. It's a 4-bedroom, 5-bathroom house built in 2001. And this home was a newer one built in 2017. It's a 5-bed, 6-bath, over 5,000 square feet. And this one sold for $1.4 million. And this was in the Crooked Tree Preserve, which I talk a little bit about in my Mason vlog tour. But it's just a really desirable neighborhood. This was a new construction home that was sold, 5-bedroom, 4-bath, almost 4,000 square feet it looks like. And this one sold for $1.3 million. And it's on almost a half-acre lot. So in the last 5 years, The highest selling homes that have been in Mason, most of them are in the Heritage Club. So they are all in the 1 million plus price range. So this home is a 3-bed, 1-bath listed at $280,000. It is currently under contract. Looks like it offers a full finished basement and obviously is in the Mason School District. Here's another 3-bed, 1-bath under contract at $290,000, and it's on about a half-acre lot. Another 3-bed, 1-bath under contract for $299,000 on a half-acre lot. So you can see that for about $300,000, you're going to get a 3-bedroom, 1-bathroom on about a half-acre. Here you have a 4-bedroom home in the Birchwood Farms community, 4-bed, 2.5-bath, built in 1994. This is about 2,300 square feet, and it's listed at $485,000, and it's currently under contract. Here's another one that is currently active, 4-bed, 3.5-bath, listed for $505,000. It's over 3,000 square feet and was built in 1984. And then here you have a 3-bed, 2.5-bath, almost 2,500 square feet, listed at $522,000 on about a 1/4-acre lot. And this home was built in 1999. So that's what you're getting, 3 to 4 bedrooms, 3 to 4 baths for around $500,000. And the lots are a little bit smaller than a half-acre. They're around that 0.3 of an acre. This home is 4-bedroom, 3.5-bath, built in 1999, about 3,800 square feet. And it is under contract already. It was listed at $780,000 and sits on almost a half-acre lot again. And these are some of the new builds that actually I talk about in my Mason Part 2 vlog on Cox Smith Road. These are 4-bed, 2.5-bath, about 2,500 square feet on half-acre lots. And this one they're currently all available for right under $800,000. But you can literally see Kings Island from the main road right when you turn out of the street for this. So you are just right across 71 from Kings Island. And they do have ranch and 2-story options available. And this is one 4-bed, 3.5-bath, built in 1998, about 2,800 square feet, and it's listed and under contract for $829,000. And it sits on just over a half-acre lot. So 4 beds, 3.5 baths or so, that's what you're going to get for around $800,000 in Mason. And then when you get closer to the $1 million price point, you're going to be looking at either new construction or one of the homes that's in the highly desirable areas like the Heritage Club or Four Bridges. This is a new construction street that I mentioned in my vlog tour as well. This one's listed just under $1 million. This is a 5-bed, 4 full, 2 half-bath, over 5,000 square feet, actually over 6,000 square feet, built in 2006 on a half-acre that is listed at over $1 million and is currently under contract. And then you have some new construction, the Mosaic, which again I mentioned in my vlog. So lots of different options there for new construction. Those are all around $1 million. So there is a wide variety of homes that are available for sale right now in Mason. And so no matter what your budget, from, around $250,000 to $300,000 all the way up to $2.5 million, there's something for you in Mason. All right, so thanks for joining me today as we checked out Mason in a little bit more detail on my computer and in the map. Don't forget to subscribe and tap the bell for notifications so that way you never miss a video about the suburbs here in Cincinnati.